Hello and welcome to this video, and I am super glad to host you on this Tony Elumelu Foundation Grant session. Every year we are empowered, or we are delighted to host this video because of the results we get every year. So last year we helped 18 persons who win. This is the direct feedback we get, we got last year. I'm not talking about the feedback that we didn't get, the indirect people that probably watched our videos or took part in our programs and didn't get back to us. The people that got back to us are exactly 18 persons, and altogether they made $90,000. That's if you do $5,000 by these 18 persons, you arrive $90,000. So I'm gonna take you through, from our experience of the last year, what we think the 18 persons that won did differently. Did we just train 18 persons last year? No, we trained a lot of people. But going through these 18 persons that won last year, look at what they did differently. So that's the first stage. You register online at tefconnect.net, www.tefconnect.net, and write the tests. And if you pass the tests, you are into the program. Of course, the online learning program, where you get to learn yourself, network with other entrepreneurs, and take part in a series of tests and assessments. So the test and assessment is a very critical part of this program, honestly, because if you have the best idea in the world and you don't score well in the tests, it might be a little bit challenging, because a lot of other people might have good ideas, and at the end of the day they're going to look at the test scores and say, oh, this person deserves it more. And that's why you should pay attention to the learning platform and score high. Don't be average. While you're scoring 50, 60, there are people who I know, for most of the people that won last year, had 80 as their average mark, 80, 90. I'm not saying that there are not people who scored lower that got in, but to increase your chances, score very high in the test. So how can you score very high in those learning management tests? Learning management platform is by studying, reading between the lines and understanding the content of the program. And of course, it's not rocket science. Whatever question they're going to ask you is going to be from that learning platform. So once you get it right, write your test, smash it 80, 90, even get 100. In fact, I know people that scored 100, maybe 100, 190, because they are usually around 4 tests, across the modules, from our engagement with entrepreneurs. But I don't know what it's going to be this year, but the bottom line is that you score very high, and it gives you an edge. Now, after the online assessment, the foundation regroups and shortlists people who will go into the pitching. Of course, they'll ask you to submit further details, your ID, they look at your tests, and some other things. So I keep on saying the test, so make sure you score very high in the test. It's going to give you an advantage. So when they shortlist a lot of you guys into the next stage, up to take part in the pitching. Now, this is another critical area. The foundation takes it very seriously. They partner with alumni who will look through your video, and they would assess your video. So the foundation normally provides guideline on how you would, pitch your video. And I've also attached a link. I did a video last year for people who were going to pitch last year, so you can see that video down here on the link on the description. I've attached that video for pitching of the last year, so you can also extract one or two information from them. I'm not going to go into details on this video, but you can always refer to that video to see how you can pitch your business idea to the foundation. So after the pitching, the entrepreneurs will score you, the alumni that the foundation partnered with will score you, and all of these things will form the basis for the shortlisting from the foundation. They will look at your pitching, they will look at your tests, which I've talked on severally, that you need to really max the test and score very high. They will look at your online learning engagement, how you've engaged with entrepreneurs, the full entrepreneur of the platform, and of course they will look at the ID cards you've sent. Of course, your ID card should be genuine. They will look at lots of other small things, before they shortlist you. So that's basically much it. So there are 4 things you should take note of. Number 1, the first registration. That's where you take the test. If you score below average in the test, you can't get access into the learning platform. So the first test is like the entrance into the learning platform. At the end of the registration phase, that's as in March, they will not shortlist everybody who entered or who qualified into that learning platform would be given access to the learning platform. So you do that learning platform sometimes 6 weeks, 12 weeks. I don't know, the duration this year, but it's usually 6 weeks or 12 weeks on the average. And that learning platform normally comes in different modules, and it is called, each module has scores, tests that you have to write. So once you've done those tests, you try and score very high. Like I told you last year, most of the people who won had the average of 80. So if you had maybe 50, 40, 30 last year, and you're wondering why you didn't get in, this might just be the reason. But I'm not saying this is the sole reason why me, not have gotten in. But there are a lot of people who scored high and they got in. It's always good to score high. That's my point. So once you've maxed the test phase and you score high, this foundation will now go through all of these things and shortlist people who would pitch, right? So there's a chance that you score high and still not be shortlisted to pitch. What that means is that maybe there are a lot of competition in your state where you're applying from, or your idea. There are a lot of people applying with it, and maybe people scored higher than you or did better than you. So remember, the foundation receives hundreds and thousands of applications every year. So there's a chance that you did well, but there are people who just did extraordinarily well, more than you. So just to prepare your mind ahead of that. And after you're done with the pitching, the foundation partners with alumni, that have gone through the program to review your videos and score you using different criteria they will provide to the coaches. And just follow the guideline that the foundation will provide for you to pitch, and you'll be fine. So thank you for watching this video, and if you have any questions, just know that I'm very, very glad to answer your questions. Drop your question in the comment section, and if you need any assistance of any sort, I'm very glad to also help you as much as I can. Always check out the description and send emails where applicable, or drop comments where applicable. Thank you and good luck.